What is this thing, you ask? Hey everyone, this is Steve Huff. No, this is not Camera Labs. I am Steve Huff, but today's video is sponsored by Gordon Lang, who runs Camera Labs, In Camera book, which tells you how to get awesome photos straight out of the camera, basically shooting out of camera JPEGs. This book is pretty cool. Gordon sent me one to check out, and it's basically full of his photos where he describes the photo, where it was taken, all that kind of good stuff. He gives you tips at the bottom of how he took that photo. Here's this one called The Entrance Beckons. And under the tip it says, in the main description I mentioned how I needed faster shutter speeds than normal to handhold sharp results with the A7R Mark II. I'm sorry, that's my fault. Is very high resolution. This is yet another example of using what you know as a guideline rather than a strict rule. So he goes over so many different images, tells you about the images and how he took it to get the best results for straight out of camera. This book's available at Amazon.com, written and shot by Gordon Lang. Great guy. He runs Camera Labs, which are camera reviews like me, but Gordon goes into extensive detail when he reviews the cameras. So check out In Camera at Amazon.com. I'll put the link below, and let's get on to today's video, which features the Ruggard 80L dry cabinet for your cameras and electronics. Let's take a look at it. What is this thing, you ask? This is the Ruggard model number EDC 80L dry cabinet. It's basically a dehumidifier for your camera gear and electronics. So let's say you live in a humid environment. Let's say you live in Florida. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, which is dry. So I don't really need one of these. But I was sent one for review, and after it came, for the price point it's at of $249, it's quite a cool piece. As you can see, I have some lenses inside and some cameras inside. It's lit by LEDs, so you have a nice soft light. You have your temperature and your humidity controls. Now Ruggard in the manual says you should set your humidity for camera gear to around 40%. So the one con of this, since I live in a low humidity environment, you cannot raise the humidity past what your natural environment is. So my natural room right now is 33% humidity. I can't raise that to 40, but I can lower it to 25. So this operates between 25 and 80% humidity. So this is a way, if you, like I said, if you live in a humid environment, like Florida is crazy humid. There's many parts of the country that are humid. This would be an amazing addition for your higher end camera gear, camcorders, electronics. I know if I lived in a humid state, I would have one of these, because at $250, say you have a couple Leica cameras, high-end Sonys, Canons, Nikons, what have you. This way it will prevent them from ever getting fungus or just damage from humidity. It's really cool because it's almost like a refrigerator. You have a key, it comes with two keys. You can open it up, and what do I have in here actually? This is a Mitacon Speedmaster, and why do I have this? Because I'm going to be comparing it against the new Meyer Optic Nocturnus 2. Now my first tests of these showed the Nocturnus being sharper, and on further examination between those two lenses, they're more similar than different, and I'll get to that in my review either at the end of this week or early next week. But the Ruggard, again the model number, it's in the back here, EDC 80L. If you want a dry cabinet for your electronics, your cameras, this thing is pretty cool. Now they do sell a less expensive model that's smaller. So as of right now, I have 3 camera bodies with lenses attached up top, and I have 4 lenses at the bottom, but I could easily fit more. I can fit my camcorder, I can fit the other lenses I own in there, I can fit more up top. And the fact that it actually is keeping them at a humidity control, in a humidity controlled environment, is something really interesting. I didn't even know these existed until recently. So it's lightweight, it's not too heavy, but it's also not like featherweight. And the controls are very simple to set. It's a very interesting device. This is about a couple feet wide, almost 2 feet high. Comes with nice adjustable feet at the bottom so you can level it out. So again, if you live in a humid environment, I would highly recommend one of these if you have nicer gear or electronics. And it also keeps it free from dust according to the manual. So you won't have dust collecting on your gear. That's one reason I might keep it and stick it in my back room. I can keep my gear and electronics in here without dust, because Phoenix is a very, very dusty place. When I have my camera gear out, it gets coated in dust after just 2 or 3 weeks. So keeping it inside of the dry cabinet will not only keep it dust free, it regulates the humidity, which I really don't need here, but it's a cool piece. It also kind of adds a nice display to your gear with the LED lights. So I'll put the link below to B&H photo of the Ruggard dry cabinet. I'll also link to the smaller one that's like $170, I believe. Comes with a power supply, comes with 2 keys. When you take delivery, this handle is mounted on the inside. You just unscrew it and put it on the outside. They do that for shipping. Comes with a 5-year warranty. So it's very, very cool. Actually, I'm going to turn out this light so you can kind of see it, how it glows, so we can get a better idea. You can see it glowing, which is really cool. So it does add a nice display. It's attractive, it's not too ugly because of the glass front. So very cool. The Ruggard dry cabinet available at B&H Photo. That's where this one came from. And I'll put the link in the description below. If you like this video, thumbs up and subscribe. This was just a quick one to show you the dry cabinet, something I've never seen before or even knew existed. So it's new to me. I find it quite interesting. And if I lived in a humid environment, I would probably own 2 of these.